so I'm unpaused now. Now we're recording live, and I'm going to go ahead and kick this on off. And Ross Alexander II over in Great Britain, the Abrams. And I'll bring you along a little bit here directly. But let's fire off the intro, and that ought to take us about right. There he is. Holes in my shoes. We're going to go show now. Did I do something wrong? Oh, I did. Show Niao. Ni hao ma. Monkeys with holes in their shoes. Is that what we are after all? We've got to wonder sometimes. Flash is still not with us. But here we are, folks. Welcome along. RealLibertyMedia.com, simulcasting with UCY.tv. Thanks, Jules. Thanks, Grimner. And thank you all for coming on along. We are live now. Thanks, Tom. Thank you, Telma. Let's see, we got Ryan Moore, Tom White, Telma, and several others. We got Dorsey and Artist, Ashra, Wood, David Turner, And let's see, on down here, we got Real Liberty Media and UCY like the post. I wonder who did that. So, yeah, and me and Lee here, Thelma, Julieta, Becky, we all, come here, move, tell me. We all know Becky is Victory Through Vegetables, right? Tonight, Lucky, and John Nutt, I can't pronounce her name. She's over there in Malaysia, thereabouts that way. So, anyways, today is the last cast of This Is No Time for Rational Thinking, or is it the Begending? This is volume 26, a Z in the alphabet. This is the 26th voyage, and we're going to have 2 excursions today. ZEROpoint.zero, Zooidal, let me see if I can pronounce that, and I'll have to go back and look it back up, but I thought it was kind of fitting. Zooidal of Zombies and Zen. So, yeah, it is noon central at 7 p.m. in Denmark. Wake up, Flash. He ain't even there. What's up with that? Wake up. Yeah, no time. This is no time for fractional thinking. RealLibertyMedia.com and UCY.tv, connecting voices, broadcasting what matters worldwide. So, yeah, this rounds out 26 episodes of This Is No Time for Rational Thinking. It's been the last 6 months. This month, I'm sorry, the second was 3-year anniversary at UCY.tv for me, and Jules has so graciously consented to let me simulcast here the final volume. And there's look at, we got some nice likes here. Let me just click this. Ross Alexander II, thanks. He introed our show, Holes in My Shoes. So, and let me check Thelma. Hee, she said. I didn't know you could see me there. I see you here. I don't know if I see you there. Let me look. Let me just shout out everybody in. We'll start here at RealLibertyMedia.com, and we'll go over to UCY.tv. At the top, as always, Asmo, Barman, Beth Z, Grimner, Kate, Trust No One, Circline, Wake That Flash Up. Where's he at? Free and Slave, Grams is at work, and IB Don C, also at work. Java Doctor 2, good friend of UCY as well. Wanna Taco, a frequent visitor. Thanks, my friend. We have Anon and Sylvanur and Vinny Ins. I can't even say myself, can I? Chalcedony, Oslo, Paul Bunyan, Rockstar. That's our wonderful, famous Jax Rocks. Vinny would be me. And on over to UCY.tv. So, let's see here. We've got the Baconator. Bacon, brother. Jules, our great hero. Matty Clues, Rod Dilgan. Shirley, you just, Miss Bell. Sir Handsome has made it. I'm so glad you're here, brother. Salvanur, Tomato, Miguel, SLC, and me. Let's see here. So, shall we jump on Jose? Sir Hassam. Oh, also we got some Anons, obviously, here. We got 5. Including David Montana under his many names. There's too. Calls me the Vaser. Thelma, sweetheart, how are you? Welcome. So Thelma's over here at UCY.tv, and back to Real Liberty. Hey, don't leave that kind of stuff here. And let me put a little fire to this. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and pull some. I'm gonna have to go define this word for y'all. Zooidal. Let's spell it ZOOIDAL. Let's define this word, because I was looking for Z word since this is the Z. Not dictionary. That's let's go ahead and go with it. Whatever. Let's see if this is the one it ain't the one, of course. It's comparable. Yeah, so that's pretty close. Or pertaining to a zooid, but that's another little creature. And this isn't the definition I was wanting to, because it kind of ties into zombies and Zen. I think I had it right here. No, it wasn't. It was one of these dictionaries. I should have left the tab open for it. An independent animal. No, I wanted the one. Well, perhaps I won't have the dictionary definition, but it has to do with an independent animal body, such as an individual of coelenterated colony of motile cell or body, such as a gamete produced by an organism. And Graham's is telling me, yeah, just a figment of my imagination, right? Wrong one. There we go. Yeah. Just a figment of your imagination. Must have been a pretty twisted imagination. Yeah, for sure. All right. And I guess Flash has abandoned me. Maybe I hurt his feelings. Did I hurt your feelings? Shut up. Why are you talking to me? Just kidding. See? Never know. Never know when to take one serious. Words are pretty powerful, though. We might not realize it, but just in passing. And I'm reading the chat. So, yeah, my Connect got busted. One of them did this morning. Hauled them away for things. Anyways, here we are along, and I also would like to ask Senator Handsome, Jose, to let me see if you're online over here. Jose, would you like to come in? Because we've got some questions for you, and you're gonna have some explaining to do. If I can find Senator Handsome, I've got to scroll over here. Scroll them. QR. Is it under S? It's not under Sir Handsome. Wait a minute. I'm just going to search for Jose. Jose. Wait a minute. I'm a skinny guy trapped in the body of an extremely handsome man. Oh, body of a fat, extremely handsome man. And he is Sir Handsome. Hey, what's up, man? I'm going to call you Jose. I did it right. Did it right. And, wait. I've got people liking some over here. Thank you, man. And he didn't ring through. We have some comments. We're probably going to be saying, where's the link? You know when you post links and stuff. Yeah, now. This is, can I pronounce your name? It's Julia or Julia Ailustejo. And I'm assuming that's kind of close to the translation. So we are alive and well. I'm going to close that. Grab this smoke. And pause for dramatic effect. Hey, we got lines open. 718-717-8296. So I'm hoping you guys will come on in and join me for this farewell or final or the beginning of This Is No Time for Rational Thinking. What matters worldwide? We are worldwide. Wait a minute. What's not good, Jax? Rocksnar. Hear me. So I'm gonna do a little test call because we're doing this a little different. Jules is simulcasting this just like she does for Hal, but it's still a lot to add my call here. Let's see. Okay. 718-717-8296. It's a test call. Move my earpiece out of the way. And normally I'm broadcasting through. Yeah, it's not ringing through because I'm doing it different. So, well, and I got a lot of question marks over here about people on Skype. They're all popping up as question marks. Strange. wonder if they disconnected their accounts or something. Alright, so you can join me on Skype. I can add you up here if you're on my Skype list, Vince.easley. What's not good, Jax? Let me grab my notebook. I speak to question all one may presume. No matter how you add it up, if it ain't right, it's wrong. Ain't it? Forget towards what is right and good in, no, I think I misspelled myself, or didn't read it. Forever towards what's right and good in what matters worldwide. Yeah, so to usher heaven in to earth, onto earth, shouldn't we be doing what we should be doing? Your friend busted, says Rocksnar. And Graham hears me fine. Yeah, we had big questions for you, Jose, about your comment, and we would like to give you the opportunity to explain some. Yes, Sir Handsome. Turn your Skype on, Jose, and come on along. Eileen. Oh, he's trying to get on. You gotta get on before you can get off. As far as horses go, you know, if you're riding a horse or a Jose, we're gonna ride, y'all. Hola, y'all, says Jose. That's so handsome. So, well, answer it again then, Daggum it, Rocksnar. Let me go check. Are you there, Jose? I keep saying it, Jose. It's Jose, like you say horse. Not horse. Horse. I am slow, Grammy. Love me anyway. Oh, what are you going to do? So, yeah. Rounding the edge. Rounding the edge will be the next broadcast. But anyways, hey, let me tell you what I'm fixing to do. There we go. Hey, we got a call. Let's add him up. Hey, welcome. Hello. This is our good friend Salt Lake City, Miguel, no longer there. But, hey, Mike, how you doing, brother? I'm glad you called. Yeah, well, no, actually, I produced 2 more shows this weekend. The Bridge with Kira, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, at simulcast from Freedom Slips Revolution Radio to reallibertymedia.com. Sunday night, Voice of Rebellion on UCY.tv with Chris J. And then, so the next week rolls along, and Friday, I thought I'd just come on in and just do a little teaser for Rounding the Edge. And then the following, then the next day, Saturday, 1 more with Kira, and Sunday will be, June 5th will be my last day to air for a while with Chris J on Voice of Rebellion at UCY.tv. Yes. Yeah, so for those not clear about what Mike's talking about, so in, just over about a week and a half or thereabouts, I'll be bugging out to the Archie Fork of the Little Red River. I'll be setting in off the far end of Watergate Road, the extreme north and west exit to that off the mountain there down to the river. And it's 9 miles from there on down the river to town. There's 2 big bends in the river. So I've about got all my stuff set up, ready to go. And wait till y'all see. I'll take a picture of as soon as I get it finished constructed. But it'll be a hammock bed tent. I got one of these tents that's like a bug screen that goes over your bed in the tropics, keeps mosquitoes off. And this is a wire bed frame. And I'm going to suspend that like a hammock. And That's where I'll be sleeping up off the ground so the hogs don't eat me. Or the bears. The bears probably get me if they want to get me. Well, when I say river, it's if you're looking at big rivers, this would be more like a creek. And the water level ought to be fairly low, so I'll be hitting sandbars. I'm trying to keep my weight down for the part where I've got to drag it through across the sandbars. But the deep holes, oh, it is so beautiful. I've been to several points on this river. But some holes that run up against the bluff, I won't be able to traverse. So I'll tie me together some logs to raft, and then my containers will mostly be waterproof. So I'll set them up on there and get on down. So what I want to do is go to a little spot where ain't nobody walking to, and I'm fixing to get out there where all these connected voices that run in my head, I'm going to slow them down so I can hear my own. Be bringing some pen and paper, trying to consolidate some of my thoughts that seem to run wild. Yeah, in a sense, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. It's kind of like it's not really a bug out. It's kind of like you said, a practice. I'll be bringing along plenty to eat and all that stuff, and I won't be bringing a compass because I don't think a compass tells you direction of water flow. If you're going downstream, you generally just keep going downstream, Hans. You're right. Yeah, it's some wild country out there. But I've been, like I said, well, I lived up towards above the headwaters, uh, up around Tilly, which is it's probably about 40 miles. And I've got to think all the bends in the river. It's got to be 100 miles of river from one end to the other down to the lake. From Grimner, uh, if anybody wants to take this radio slot going forward, not next week but the following, or any other open radio slot, email Grimner at radio. Okay, let me start that again. Email Grimner radio at reallibertymedia.com and let him know. So, yeah, I'll be on hiatus as far as broadcasting, but don't think that you're going to be free for me calling calling in the Freakers Ball, y'all. And that is tonight. Grammy Mary comes on. She's changed her time slot. She's at now 6 p.m. in the Central Time Zone, and followed by the Freakers Ball, and it may be Balls to the Wall tonight with Grimner, but if it's Freakers Ball, it's going to be Grimner and Moose Girl at 10 p.m. Central Time. So, if you're not otherwise engaged, come on along, Eileen. Yeah, right on. That's yeah, you're a sleepy head, ain't you? A sleepy head, right? Yeah, I wake up and I pop on the internet here and open it up to UCY.TV every morning, and Hal comes along at 7 my time, uh, and listen to some lessons from behind the woodshed. Now, today I was bouncing around and didn't catch Hal but a little bit this morning. But normally I like to chase them down and find the past cast and follow along the show notes. Now, I think for me this is amongst the greatest compliments. First of all, Grimner said here like 2 weeks ago, said that I'd only been here a short time at Real Liberty Media, and I've had quite the influence, and he quantified that as positive. So one of the best compliments I've ever had, Grim. I really appreciate that. And also, I know that Hal at least listens to some of what I say. Wait a minute, we've got a call coming in, and I'm adding it to the group. And I'll come back to Hal. Brother, carnal, ¿cómo está? Bienvenidos. Híjole, ¿qué onda? Si sabes, este es. This is my mi carnal Jose, otherwise known as Sir Handsome, and we was raking you over the coals this morning, brother. You got some splaining to do. Right. Now, let me clarify. I'm thinking, because Kevin Blanche is the king of the F-bomb, so I'm thinking you must have heard Kevin Blanche. Okay. All righty. Kevin Blanch. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I love you. Hey, I've got all of the past cast of What Matters Worldwide, and I had intended to start bringing them up to air for to bring them back to the ether, and one day I will. So I've got all of the shows. What I guess I really need to do, Jose, is to get a Dropbox where you can go over there and pull all yours out of there too. Where I know you've been wanting to do that. Seems like I just run, and one of the big reasons why I'm going to be stepping away for a little bit is to catch up with myself, and trying a little redirection is in this first step of this journey that I'm undertaking. Now, if I had left when I had intended, and had I not been come to a point where I've been able to listen to that still small voice, I would be in federal custody in Oregon, because I was headed up there to the resource center, formerly known as the Malheur Refuge, and go up there and cover it, just like I did at Bunkerville. Now, I carry a firearm, commercial thing there. Thanks, Hal. I didn't have a gun, or I was armed with my phone, my my feet, and my voice. I'm proud to have stood in the gap and stood as a witness. Now, there was a militia one that criticized me, saying I should have had a gun. Well, I think it's important to not only to stand there in that gap when aggression comes, especially from this out of control governance that we are under. Who's here in Larkin? I'm distracted. Grams? I think that may be just referring to a comment. Anyways, we have to stand up and share our voice. If we're not a part of what matters, we must be part of something else. So in this world that we're against, now look, all you normal folks that might be listening, okay, look, you've worked hard, dedicated your life to providing good for your family and stuff. But the point is I'm not criticizing anybody. The point is we do need to take an honest look at what it is that is set against us, and see this wrong and try to make something right where we can. Now, as for me, I'm trying to take a little bit more responsibility. I'm studying grammar. I'm going back to the beginning. Thank you, Walter. The Soldner events can be on in the morning also. Let's see, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. 9, 10, 11. So it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. And Walter is the Soldner event at UCY.tv, live from Holland. And I think I forget what chapter we're up to in Tragedy and Hope 101 from Joe Plummer, as Walter is reading. Oh, it was Grams. Never mind. Distracted again. So yeah, let's be a part of making the world a better place. To usher, okay, this got me some grief from some of the folks over here at UCY.tv and chat, to hearken in, to usher in heaven on earth as an intent. Now, let's stop and think about that. Is that not what we're trying to do? Now, heaven's this broad term, and it gets lost in ideology. I've been called a pagan. I identify as a Christian, not a Christian. So much is wrong from the pulpit, and false ideas have been inserted, and it's part of the narrative for mainstream. So if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, a Jew, Buddhist, whatever, if it is not right and good, it's wrong. Okay? So, in being a part of what's right, it's working towards what's good and trying to bring that about. This idea of heaven. By eliminating the wrongs, we then bring more right to bear. So, Jose, you carried my second hour for a good long time at UCY.TV of What Matters Worldwide. I call you Cardinal, which is like brother in the flesh, if I'm translating correctly. And I mean that. Now, a lot of times, many of us might misspeak or be misunderstood. So, yeah, clarification is good. And I love you, brother. I'm glad for you of being a part. I've taken great lesson and value from what it is. I'm not uptight. What's up, brother? You live on the radio. Alright. Heard you fucking laughing when I showed up. See my little pit? You got a live mic. Yeah, I've seen it. I know she is. You wouldn't believe it. It's purebred, isn't it? American and a brindle. Look how it came out. I never seen it. Well, excuse me. I've taken an honest approach, and a dear friend Telma was one of the first people I sought out when I came onto social media. I had gone on to try to change the world, and found out it was me that was changed more than anything. And I decided to take an honest look at all that I presume. I've had to call to question some of these things that I held dear, and have to admit some things are beyond me proving anything. So as I grew and shifted along, it became more of to share information for an honest look. And it is so hard to question ourselves more than anybody. And an empty wagon makes the most noise. So, I've got some space to fill, and yes, indeed. Well, it's not my last show. It's my last cast of the current series, the final volume of This Is No Time for Rational Thinking. Hans, what do you mean? What's wrong with RLM chat room? I don't know. The internet's been having a lot of wiggy problems all day. So maybe if you refresh, if you're still listening there. Let's see, what time did you post? You just posted that. Okay. So also we are simulcasting at ucy.tv. So the listeners there, Walter Sullivan has joined. So actually the okay, so Anon's posted the chat page over there. So yeah, you can join side by side, but we're broadcasting both channels right now. That Anon has to be on, or Danby Cooper. There's Thelma. Thank you. Genuine and open-minded. She says I am. You're a dear. So yeah, back to question and everything. There is a lot of questions, and if you are feared of a question, then you might have a problem. I think I'll start that as a new redneck joke. Yeehaw, y'all! Did you tune in early? I was blowing the harmonica along with some bluegrass. I didn't record it, but it was a little pre-show live for some of our listeners. Oh well. Well, is it the end or just the beginning? As a matter of fact, the beginning is, well, the, what do you call it, the subtitle of the book that I'm writing in my head is called The Archived Events of the End of the World, and it's the beginning. And I'll let y'all in on a little secret, because it'll probably never be read, but the end of the book, it ends as this, is the hero of the story says, well, I'll be damned if it ain't flat. For all you flat earthers out there, hey, if you're afraid to even question that, I mean, come on. Now, I've looked at it pretty good, and there are some questions that I can't answer. So, and there is some answers that some questions that I have answered, and some answers that I've questioned. Now, the horizon line. Unless you're well above the earth, if you go up on a high mountain, if you look in a 360-degree circle, you will not see a curvature. It will appear flat. You're not going to see the curve. So there's a lot of logical fallacies in it. But nonetheless, there is some valid questions. And there is absolutely a lot of trickery going on. We've definitely got to question NASA, part of the Department of Defense. Did they even go to the moon? Now, a lot of people think that's laughable, but hey, how come I ain't seeing a bunch of pictures that are not computer generated? There's a lot of questions. No. This is just a point in passing. No, I do not. Hey, there's Grimner. Bronco bomber. Absolutely. Don't bring me down. Hey, you know what? What about some things that we all see day to day in the sky above us, and the solar radiation management? These trails that turn into clouds. That they're artificially nucleated clouds. It's rare that we see the big, old puffy clouds anymore. Um, there's some definite proof for what's going on here in geoengineering. It's been admitted in university studies, corporate, uh, 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 what you call them, patents. I'm sorry, government agencies, in Congress. It's been discussed widely, very widely, and to me, it's quite obvious. Now, I get called out on it a lot, and all I can say is, uh, when I say, "Do you see that long cloud thing up there, big long line?" That came from the back end of an airplane or a jet, and people, no. Uh, but I spend a lot of time talking to people in person, not just here on the radio. My my local sheriff, shout out Scott Bradley. I hope you win re-election. I don't think you can have any problem. Good man, local guy. I've known him over these last over a decade. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. He come by here last month. They was looking for a fellow that ran. He ended up being in the river, uh, not alive any longer. But he come over here, and he had heard rumor that the fellow was up here on the mountain, and so he came by. And I'd been taking my afternoon nap, and I was laying there after checking for ticks and didn't have any clothes on, and he says, "Hey Vince," and I recognized his voice as I came awake. Uh, as being Scott. And I said, "Hold on, Scott, I ain't got no clothes on." Not to mention I had a joint sitting right here on the table. But anyways, he was satisfied that I told him, as far as I know, this other ain't up here. Uh, and then he was leaving. I said, "Scott," I said, "I appreciate the job you're doing. Let me come back to that in just a second." I said, "Just as long as you stay out of my weed patch." And he laughed. The deputy kind of chuckled uncomfortably and looked over at him and like, "Is he serious?" But yeah, it's a weed, or a desirable plant, not really a weed, right? Uh, now, there is a lot of federal involvement going on in the county here. Now, as I say, normal people, they see no problem with this, and as law enforcement, uh, if I was going in there and saying, you know, all this negative stuff and said, "Scott, because he is a good, honest man, and uh, he's not really involved in all. You know, if you go and you see all these cop videos, bad cops and stuff, we got good folks out here in the sheriff's department. Most generally, there's a couple I'll call out, but I won't. Anyways, they're doing what they think they're supposed to be doing. Now, in order to convey information. Now, how long ago was it? It was in 2010 when I just discovered, well, I was listening to FM, shortwave FM broadcast when I was living up there. I was talking about Tilly, up the headwaters of the river where I'm going. In this internet radio, I didn't even know anything about it. And I'm hearing people discuss things that I had been discussing about 20 years ago. And regular listeners will remember Ralph Epperson. You know, before the internet, I used to talk to him by phone. I met him in person. You know, he signed my book he read and this and that. But most people don't see it as the alternative here. And welcome, by the way, Hans. I'm glad you made it back. And Circle Line has made it back in the chat. What did you do with your husband? And but anyway, so I was listening there, and I was listening to Sheriff Mack, and he wrote the Constitutional Sheriff. I called in, I forget what show he was on, what network. But anyways, I called in, I got his book, and I read it, and I gave it to Scott Bradley. Now, I've seen him, this tells you how much I think about how worried I am about pot. So he's, this has been several years ago now, he is putting up his re-election sign. I think he's been sheriff for at least 15 years. But, so I just whipped off the road there, muffler busted off, loud, you know. Pull up there, hey, Scott, and boy, I'm fixing to make an admission. I laugh and laugh. So, anyways, I forgot about even having pot in my pocket, and I didn't even worry about it anyways. But you know, wished him well on his re-election, and he did win. But so a few years later, I switched out a sign, and I think this might be illegal. It's certainly ill to me, but I switched his sign out with the guy running against him, who happens to be a friend of mine. And I laughed and laughed. It was even funnier when I told him about it. Yeah. 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 Pardon. Uh, Now, there would be a lot of people that could, speak to both sides of this. For me, the Van Allen radiation belt brings into question. And now later on, they're talking about, this is an obstacle. How do we get people through that? They have to wait for these windows. Vera Bedros, down in South America, would probably be able to, because she keeps up with NASA really well. And she's been very kind when I've brought question to, have we gone to the moon? So I've met a lot of great people around the world, and what a great and wonderful time that we live, that we can speak face to face, literally face to face, around the world instantaneously. And let me catch up right here real quick. Welcome, Dodie. I'm so glad you made it along. A former co-host with Jules before the first cut, and a good friend. We met and went out, and I've returned to Bunkerville, and we went out and Dodie shot some video with me interviewing Jason Patrick, who is in federal custody without bail as a journalist. And because if you carry a gun, just because you got a gun, don't mean, I mean, it wasn't an armed rebellion, okay, or whatever. But anyways, love you, Dodie. And yeah, I haven't stolen any kisses since I stole that one from you. I'm a kiss stealer. Touch me, turn me on, and burn me down. Dan B. Cooper over at UCY, he thinks we're just not very critical. We don't think anybody went to the moon. Giggles, giggles, Dodie. That's a nice bitch, Zori. Let me go back to real liberal meeting. Rocks is rocks. No, she's laughing. Okay. So, I'm caught up, kind of. Alright. Now that I've distracted you completely and utterly, let me say, I do not debate. I don't argue. I don't debate. I debate. I'm a master at it. I'll set you up quick. I'm not sure I cussed today. We got an hour, brother. Yes. I'm nearly naked. My buddy stopped by a while ago, and I'm standing here in my drawers with my dangle wangle. Yeah. Right. Wow. I come on in 2011. I guess. Thanks, JJ against the wall. Um, I met JJ on my 2011 trip. Hans, I am a I'm a camper. Okay, you can go back. He was so worried about me not having a compass on my upcoming excursion, but oh God, bless your heart, anyways. Uh, use your search engine and do that real quick, Hans. Check. Love you too, Dodie. Check your search engine for bless your heart. They got them. Yeah. No. Space base. Well, let me do a little clarification there. Okay, so the Federal Reserve, of course, Federal Reserve Act created by Congress in 1913, while most of the congressmen were away at home for Christmas vacation. So they passed this in, and there, of course, was a reintroduction of the Aldrich bill. I think it was Aldrich, and to, and it's a big Ponzi scheme. So money, our currency is a way to exchange in place of barter, and a lot easier to carry around and fold up a bill in your pocket, and whatnot. But the idea is that this scheme going on, um, of making this paper and with fancy ink on it and loaning it to the Treasury at interest that they just make up. So if we paid off the debt, not only would we run out of money, we'd still owe money for the interest. So the idea of money is not a bad thing. I mean, it's just a way to exchange. But the idea that it is a scheme, and not only are they siphoning off by interest, there's all the hidden taxes and all this and that. When you compare the gold to the dollar today compared to the inception of the Federal Reserve, you'll see that the dollar has very little value compared to then. So it is a big scheme, and I'm going to say, honestly, pretty close to a 95% of the value of that dollar is gone, if perhaps not 98%. So it's theft. They're stealing our labor, and not only are they stealing, but they force us to be into that system. You can't have competing currencies, or a lot of people go to the federal penitentiary, don't pay taxes. See what happens to you. Stand up against the tyranny. See what happens to you. Just ask the Bundy boys what's going to happen. As they're, well, you can know already, because there they are without bond. For what? Trespassing? What did they do? They went and occupied an empty building in protest of what the government has done to them and been doing to you and me and everybody else. During Lent? Wait a minute. I'm a bit confused. Yeah. Yeah. Universal is what Catholic means. Or universal. And there's lots of Catholics that do not accept the Pope since the 1950s or something. My friend John was telling me about this yesterday. He was speaking on the phone. I don't have the vocabulary to discuss that. And he was telling me some words I didn't even know. Let me catch up real quick. Juana Taco says to me, Vin Ends, we are forced to use debt money, unlike a normal fiat money system where the ruling class simply creates its own worthless paper and spends it into the economy and demands that everybody accept it. It is instead our ruling class has devised something much more powerful. Rather than spending money into our economy, they loan money into our economy, and this enables the network to steal purchasing power from us twice. Once when they create the money, and again when they collect interest on the entire money supply. Yes, and from Tragedy and Hope 101. Yes, thank you, and Carol Quigley. Right. And to the person that may wish to trade. I lost my marbles. I can't play. I lost my marbles. Which Mexica? Mexica is a trans where we get the word Mexican from, right? Chicano. Yeah. Well, you actually can consume gold and silver, like nano. European. Right. Humphrey Bogart, the High Sierra, of course, is the. Wow, huh? Yeah. Hmm. Excuse me. Hmm. Yeah, the only thing that sells more than sex is the word free. So, hey, free sex, boom, you got a winner. You'll sell whatever you got. Yeah, you was probably smoking that marijuana and raping white women, weren't you? You damn mixed skins. Yeah, rounding the edge. Also, something else I got a little flack on because I use all these geometric symbols and the A of anarchy that looks like the square and compass and so forth. And Telma, thank you for pointing that out. I had done it without realizing by rounding the edge. They, the as opposed to the squaring of. Okay, so rounding the edge. It's multifaceted, and it's meant to be Stinky. I think that was Frogger. Nanner Banner. Let me see who's hitting me here. I hope that's my brother Flash, man. Where's he at? He ain't there. That's Kira. Yes, we're still on, Kira. We ought to bring her along, too. So, I try to be cheeky. That's my favorite word. I learned it from our cousins over in England. When I say "r," I of course mean the Anglo-Saxon. ¿Qué onda, güey? Pinche güero culero. I love that word also. One of my favorite Mexican words is güero culero. Yes, and I'm adding Kira. I love Kira. She is awesome. Here she goes. Wait, what do you mean, Caulfield? No, there she is. Caulfield. Ay caramba. That's an American word, popularized by Bart Simpson. Ay caramba. It's an American word popularized by Bart Simpson. Dadgum Mexicans always trying to steal our American words. Actually, English comes from, of course, Greek and Latin, also from French. German, some Dutch words. I don't have the list in front of me, but it is very extensive. And some say that the English language was created for the effect of creating spelling. Another deep subject. So, what did I say? Wait a minute, I got to have this down so I can remember. No, generally Greek, and oh boy, I wish I had been more prepared. I could have added a good quote in there, but yeah, mostly Greek and Latin, and the other languages add in. Mm-hmm. If you listen to me, you'll know that's for sure. Right? You know what bothers me a lot is when people use "you and I" incorrectly. Yeah. Instead of "me and you." Ay, 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 cabrón. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cuál lengua? Las palabras. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. That's okay. Go ahead. I don't mind. Hey, we've got a guest. Kira is along. The Bridge with Kira will be on tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And Kira has joined us. Welcome, Kira. And while we're swelling heads, what is it you call me? Hey, baby. Que paso? Oh, now wait a minute. So, let me click this. Let me click this. No, it wasn't Chris. Doggone it. She's a glamazon. So, hey, listen real quick. Coleman, sorry, Colby Damon Olson also carried the full while this second hour of What Matters Worldwide, along with Minor Dave. Thank you, Kimberly, my friend from school. Freddie Neal Jackson from Las Vegas. Tom is also in Vegas. I won't give it away what his real name is. Julia, Janique, Kobe again, Thelma, Mary Kay, for the live now, the pre-show. We've got some over there repeating the names, and Ryan Moyer along. Also, Joe is over there at UCY. I didn't give you a shout out, nor Grump, nor we there. So I was over here. I was trying to find, because you accepted my friend request. Now I'm trying to. Your guest for tomorrow, Kira. And let's see. I guess she turned me on to was Dandelion, and I watched a lot of his vids here these last few days. And I'm trying to. I pulled this channel up a while ago and subscribed. Sea Lion. Here he is. And it shows me not subscribed. And they kept unsubscribing me to Ross Alexander II. I kept subscribing. See, look, I've subscribed to this. Maybe this ain't the same page. There it is. Let me just click this one here. Make sure I'm the same one. Yeah, I'm still subscribed. Yeah. He introed the show today. I played his, and I set it to record because I know that he's not copyrighted, and give him a big shout out. So he introed Holes in My Shoes, which he played on air with you. And also, yeah, check that out. He did some live music. Got a great response from the folks in chat. Freedom Slips, and from Revolution Radio. Great bunch of folks over there. Good chatters. People have been working there together for a very long time, just like at Real Liberty Media. There's folks been here together for over 10 years. And like Grimner said, newcomer me, well, some 6 months, I guess. And Real Liberty Media, I'm sorry, and UCY.TV, 3 years anniversary there on air. May 2nd, celebrate it. So wait, let me grab this. Let me click that so it'll come up to the user name of Sea Lion. I'm going to grab this. I'll drop this off into the chat rooms here for y'all. Check that out. So this is Curious Guest tomorrow. Check out his. I've not had a chance to check out any of his works there, but Ross Alexander II. I listen to a lot of his music, and why don't I just go grab the SoundCloud? And the easiest way I can do that is go back to the post I made. Where's the pictures at? Yes, I did. Yes, Return to Nature. Awesome. Lots of great information there on herbs and healing. So, okay, here it is. I'm going to, yes. Yeah, sea lion and dandelion are two different. Dandelion is Ross Alexander II, and no, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Ross. That was a previous guest. So yeah, Ross was on last week. Your guest tomorrow, and three different people we're talking about at the moment. No doubt. And I found a mushroom too that I tasted some of it and didn't have any effect after having watched some of those videos. But they were popping up yesterday after the rain. So, like I said, um, I eat weeds. I eat poison ivy. Now, yeah, and I no longer get poison ivy. I take, I mean, just the smallest. I mean, it's sliver like a fingernail clipping, tiniest. I would suggest if anybody's going to try this, perhaps I'm not suggesting anything, but if you do, maybe roll it into a dough ball or some bread. Swallow it down. I just take it, roll it in my fingers, pop it in my mouth with a mouthful of water, and swallow it down. If you have poison ivy, now my friend, she had it and had some poison ivy in it, so I fixed her up with. I mean, it's like a flake of tobacco, so small, and cured her right up. But I'm not giving any medical advice. Welcome, Hopper. Hopper HB to UCY.TV chat. Poison oak. Poke you and prick you, right? No, the plants too. Certainly, everything there, poke you, prick you, or bite you, or sting you. Thank you, we. Cannabis. Welcome to the new listener, and on 3718. And thank you, this will be something we'll look into, MBTI personality type. And that is the Myers and Briggs Foundation. I'll look into this. I took the test to see if I was a narcissist, and was very disappointed to find out I was not a narcissist. I don't get it. Yeah. Uh, because you guys let me stop. Just damn it. um, yeah, for real. And by the way, let me introduce you to Kira. This is Jose. He's a relationship counselor and a man of great wisdom. Uh, you, my word, I liked what you was doing when I first discovered you. Thanks, Chuck Ocelli. Uh, and then it's just like you just like, wow. Every time each of your guests is like, wow, check this out. Just amazing folks. And I'm getting a incoming. Okay, so just interjecting here to Real Liberty Media Chat. Um, I don't know about this. This is a new deal, ISTP. So I'll have to go check that out and run myself through that. I don't know. Oh wait. Oh no, I don't know what it is. ISTP. So yeah, introvert versus extrovert. Um, Hans Cooper, you are getting slammed. I'm not going to tell you from who, but I got some inboxes on you. So I'm going to challenge you right now. 718-717-8296. I've never heard your voice. You interject more to me than anybody, and I think you owe a phone call for everybody to hear your voice. Yeah, because you do interject quite a bit and make accusations. Um, so, P is for what? I don't know. I'll have to catch that up. I don't know nothing about it. The Myers and Briggs, whatever thing there it is. This test. If you come, get out of my way. Quit. All right. It is a personality inventory is to make the theory of a psychological types described by C.G. Jung, Carl Jung, understandable and useful in people's lives. The essence of the theory is that much seemingly random variation in the behavior is actually quite orderly and consistent, being due to basic differences in the ways individuals prefer to use their perception and judgment. Perception involves all the ways of becoming aware of things, people, happenings, or ideas. Judgment involves all the ways of coming to conclusions about we have been perceived. If people differ systematically in what they perceive and in how they reach conclusions, then it is only reasonable for them to differ correspondingly in their interests, reactions, values, motivations, and skills. In developing the MBTI, the aim of Isabel Briggs Meyer and her mother, Catherine Briggs, was to make the insight of type theory accessible to individuals and groups. They addressed the two related goals in the developments and applications of this MBTI instrument. The identification of basic preferences of each of the four dichotomies, that's mispronounced, specific or implicit in Jung's theory, and so on. So I dropped that link over there, MBTI-personality-type /MBI-basics/ at MyersBriggs.org. So I'll look more into that. Thanks to me. Whoops. No, don't leave them stand. Thanks to me, that's not me, but me in chat, or the name. It's we. It's not me. We. I think we was me. But anyways, thank you. I am studying grammar. So, okay. We called it ISP. P is for perception. Well, I'm very lost in all this, you guys. Like I said, I'm an idiot onto this. So I do promise though, I will be looking for into it because it is an interest. Thank you, Beth. I don't claim to be an expert, but I am an expert. Hans, you're going to run out of time. You're not going to be able to call in. My home phone number is 501-745-7499. I don't have caller ID, and that is a promise, and my word is my bond. So, Hans, you're going to have to call me. I'm going to have to hear you speak at least once more, or at least once, I mean, in order for you to have justification for all of your interjection. Now, I will then be able to swear to the folks that you are a real person. I wish you would. Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, I've changed to my assless chaps I'm wearing right now, so that's perfect. But that was a stopper. Hey, put it right below your number. That way we can share. ¿Cómo? ¿Qué dice? Miguel, that's tomato. And what's going on here? Who fell off? If I lost somebody? I don't know what's going on here. I guess we're still running here. Yeah, okay, we're still running. It asked me to write a call on Skype. Look, we're an expert. Yeah, X-squirt grams. X-squirt. Yeah, we're running out here. We're gonna gross. We're fixing to run out here. We won't have an outro. We've been simulcasting at UCY.tv. Thank you, Jules. You are wonderful. You have one of the most important broadcasts every morning before the first cup. That is at 9 a.m. in Central Time Zone at UCY.tv. Stick around, y'all. Grammy Mary comes up at 6 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Balls to the walls here at Real Liberty Media. Also, Graham's at Real Liberty Media. Great broadcasting at UCY.tv. As soon as we fall off the air there at UCY, we'll stick around and close out a little bit here on Real Liberty Media. We'll run over. Thanks you guys for listening. Thank you so much, Jules. You're awesome. You have the most complete compilation of what matters worldwide that exists anywhere. You're a great teacher. I really appreciate listening to you every morning, following Hal Anthony's past cast, 7 a.m. Central, UCY.tv. Also, Real Liberty Media originates Sunday afternoons. Grimner, you're an amazing man. Thank you so much for all you do. And the great chatters, both places. And if you're a new listener, or if you're listening downstream, come on back over, check out UCY.tv and RealLibertyMedia.com. Also, a shout out for Kira, broadcasting over at Freedom Slips. That's Revolution Radio. Also, find that YouTube, Revolution Radio. Great works over there. And you also are now over at People's Internet Radio again over in the UK. Catch that rebroadcast that airs live tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Walter's in the morning. Don't forget the Solvner event as he continues his reading of Tragedy and Hope 101 from Joe Plummer. Also another great teacher of mine, Walter. I really appreciate you. Solvner event. So we're out, you guys. There went Kira. Jose, you're welcome to stay around here, and we'll just kind of close out. And thanks again, everybody. You're awesome. Great bunch of folks. And I'm going to go say thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. I'm typing that as I say it. Boom, I really did it. Well, I didn't. I said it TY, folks. So we're will be knocked off there in just a minute. Thanks, you guys. And like I said, thank you, Walter. Love you, brother. And like I said, we're still broadcasting at reallibertymedia.com. So we'll hang out here just a little bit. Yeah, downstreamers or Roxnar. Thank you. So thanks, sir. Yeah. Well, I'll be here another week or over a week. So I ain't gone yet. I'd like to come in next Friday for one more. Thank you all. Beth, Grams, Roxnar, Solmaner, Circle Line, Bessie, Wanataco, Gremner, all y'all, and boom, I think we're off air at UCY now. So anyways, I guess I'm gonna go I'll kill the record. I was and listen, I'm gonna play an outro.